live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios. It's in the building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Fly in here. Shit.
Like the beginning. How do we always have a fly? Not two. Always the
Not one. Not two.
Always the one. Not three, not four, not five, one. That's as many championships as Oklahoma's going to win. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Chet 1, Wemby 0.
Okay. So last time you guys, when is the Bouquet? This will be in. I never know what he's going to say. When is the last time y'all had a daiquiri?
I've had one daiquiri in my life. It was from those drive-through places. It was undrinkable. Never again.
Okay.
Been gosh, a decade.
Because he's a longtime subscriber and has a really cool restaurant, he and his wife, a guy called Brandon, who is Brandon and Christina, the owners of Dashi, one of the best Chinese restaurants in this town, one of the coolest restaurants in this town. They had a DAC off, right? And when he first reached out to me about being a judge, the first thing that came to my mind was Dak Prescott.
Of course.
I don't know why. I'm like, wait, a DAC off? What do you?
Because you always got Dak on your mind.
And I realized, yeah. And no, he's having a daiquiri contest. So last night, and on a Monday night too, which is.
After your Saturday,
After
your Saturday night, I'm shocked you agreed to intake alcohol within the next 7 days.
Correct. After my Saturday, then I realized, oh shit, Monday I've got that DAC off. Where I agreed to be a judge in a daiquiri drinking contest. A bunch of really great local bars from San Antonio and beyond. Had a place from the Valley. Had a couple of guys from College Station that owned a couple of bars out there. Came into town and served up their own brand version of daiquiri. And I was one of the judges. And it wasn't like I was you didn't have to drink the whole thing.
Yeah, you're just sipping it, seeing how it tastes, how the flavors go together.
Here's the problem. There were 13 different teams.
That's not a flight. You
No.
know, a flight is 3 or 4.
Correct.
That is a journey.
So I probably had the equivalent of 4 daiquiris last night. Maybe 5.
Easy.
So I don't know that I'm not really hungover. I'm just, my body's like, what are you doing?
It's a sugar rush for sure.
It is the sugar thing.
It's the sugar thing. Yeah.
I can't eat. Bouquet talked about, he's already starting to feel like every time when in the morning he feels creaky or whatever.
He's
Dude,
27. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
This is not good.
You wait till you're 45.
Shout out to Dashi, great restaurant. Look forward to getting back in there to eat again.
Did you eat?
Oh my God, yeah. The food was incredible. Took my kids with me. It was a great time. Really great bars that from some of the better bars in town showed up. Really cool time. Very cool atmosphere. They put on a hell of a show. DJ and MC and a whole bit. And I'm never doing that again. Maybe the beer, maybe like craft beer contest
a beer flight
next year. So you've been to One Watson, the high rise downtown.
Of course,
yeah, it's beautiful. They were there. Bar 1919, Bar Mon Ami, Blush, Botanero, one of the great bars in town. Mesquite at Pullman Market, which I happened to have lunch at yesterday. Paramore, Pastiche.
I love Pastiche. Have you been to Pastiche?
No.
It's an old house.
Okay.
Turned bar / backyard. It's a vibe.
Okay. All right.
Good
So,
times.
So what RD Hidden Speakeasy, 10-fold rooftop. And
1919's fire too.
Then those guys are great. So they had, they all served up their own individual. You have the video I sent you today, Buki. They had their own. So we judged them all individually. They all came out one at a time. And they cranked up their daiquiris and handed them to us. And we had all these different categories to judge them on. It was serious. I took it serious.
Yeah,
really did.
Who won?
Well, I'll tell you.
You gonna show me?
Yeah. So we had the one by one, and then they paired them up, and they had like one guy represent one place, one guy representing another place, and they literally had a race to see who could make their daiquiri the fastest, but the cleanest without spillage and all this kind of thing.
Oh God,
and still make it taste good. All right, here's a quick video. Here's two local daiquiristas doing their thing.
Who the hell is number 25?
Look at that. That's great.
Call them daiquiristas. Is it a speed contest
Yeah,
too?
so it's
because you want to get the drinks out quick,
fastest drink.
but don't spill a whole bunch of sugar.
Don't spill it.
Oh, shake it now, shake it now, shake it now, shake it.
I had a good time. These kids are great. These are all a bunch of younger people,
Of course.
The judges were all old.
Young people drink daiquiris.
Yeah, they do.
They can handle the sugar at that time. When you're young, you can handle the sugar.
I will never have another daiquiri again.
My mix is ice. Everybody, what do you mix yours with? Ice.
Ice.
Because I got to wake up with a
they have to slam it, and now they serve it. And so we judge them on that right there, and then we taste it and make sure, because when you're going fast, you may not mix it perfectly and all this kind of thing. And so I did that all night long last night. So that's a long way of saying thank you to Dashi. I had a lot of fun. I'll never be a judge again. Maybe I'll go next year and just pay to go in and be.
You'll go eat.
I'll go be one of the guests.
Yeah, you're not gonna have 13 daiquiris.
I don't know that I'll ever have another daiquiri as long as I live. The overall winner last night was Pastiche.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They were great.
See? Damn, I didn't even know that.
White young man and a black young man.
Goddamn right.
Us.
MLK died for that.
What the fuck?
Good time.
MLK died for that right there.
No more daiquiris.
MLK got
I haven't
murdered.
had a daiquiri since I was in my 20s. Because, when you're young, you experiment with alcohol. You don't know what you're doing. When you first start drinking in your 20s, you try everything.
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 My wife had me drinking watermelon and 151. 151 proof and a splash of watermelon.
There was a really nice watermelon daiquiri. One of the teams had a watermelon daiquiri last night. Had a really good time, but I'll never do it again.
Was it the black person that made the watermelon one?
Wow.
No, Rudy. He had the fried chicken daiquiri. No, he didn't have no. No.
That sounds good. Rudy
actually does sound good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rudy, you're up next year, right?
Man, make Rudy do it.
Yeah, you have to keep the tradition going.
So remember the guy at the barbecue that was serving the noodles over in the
corner?
corner? Yeah, that guy Brandon.
That's
the real
him.
cool hair.
Yeah.
He and his wife own Dashi.
Oh, what up, Brandon?
Up on the north side. So had a good time. Hurting a little bit this morning. I've drank too much 2 nights out of 3, and I will not drink the rest of the week till maybe Saturday. Maybe, and it'll be a beer.
Right.
Maybe over a bunch of food. So welcome in here. Good morning, everybody. It is in the building. Program number 351 under our watch here from the Texas Cheer Liquor Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. All right. So Rudy and I always text each other what we want to get into. And you sent something. I'm like, well, here we go again. It's I want to start with this. This is part 7 of Rudy wants to talk about gym etiquette. Or maybe lack thereof.
Lack thereof.
Okay.
Well, keep in mind,
What happened now?
part of it is my fault because I'm a cheap bastard. And I
go to Planet
Yes. Because if you eat right, you can twiddle your thumbs and lose weight. It doesn't matter where you work out if you don't eat right. So
but
you can
I admire y'all, your commitment to working out.
Right.
Doesn't matter where you go, as long as you're doing it.
I know people with lifetime fitness memberships. It's $150 and they look like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it don't matter where you work out. So look, if you go to, it's like the Walmart of gyms. Like you expect to see the dumbest shit in the world at Planet Fitness.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to prevent Planet Fitness from becoming a sponsor
or
a partner.
I'm paying them. Shit, but man, it's just
Rudy's opinion.
Yeah, it's my opinion, man. It's like if all the squat racks are taken,
okay,
don't go in the squat rack doing shrugs. Don't go in the squat rack doing curls. Don't go in the squat rack and bullshit when the gym is freaking jam-packed. Like, again, this is bullshit, bro, douchebag gym talk. But don't do shrugs in the squat rack. You could go.
What's a shrug?
When you kind of.
With weights?
Yeah, and you kind of working on your traps.
Right.
Do that shit with the dumbbells over to the side so somebody can use the squat rack or they could. Because it's a Smith machine, so it triples as a shoulder press, squat, bench. So there's 3 compound movements you can do within the squat rack.
Mm-hmm.
don't do freaking shrugs in the squat rack, bro. He sat there for 30, and again, I shouldn't even let these things bother me because I'm at Walmart of the gym. I'm at Walmart. At Walmart, you get people that are Jose size using the mobile cart. You know what I mean? Like, why are you in the mobile cart? Get your dumb ass out of the mobile cart and save it for a handicapped old person. But I'm at the Walmart of gyms, so I should expect it. It's just a lot of shit you see that's frustrating him. Because Planet is like, you are welcome, you're enough, don't worry about it. I remember when I first started years ago, like, and I quit and went back. They would serve pizza on Mondays.
What? That
At
sounds
the
like a
gym.
great time.
At the gym.
Eating pizza while you're on a treadmill.
They've since done away with that. Like, okay, we can't go that far.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of shit you see at Planet that is annoying. Just get out of the squat rack if you're doing shrugs. Go do dumbbell shrugs. It's an ass whip. So, yeah. See, look at that. Dan over there in pub. Shrugs in the squat rack in peak time should be an auto ban. Exactly.
Well, what's his point? He's over there trying to interact with people?
No, he's just he's an asshole.
Just an asshole.
He's just an asshole, man.
Like the guy that parks across two parking spaces.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
I also would like to say that I went to Rudy's Instagram to repost something recently. Rudy was fat. Now he's not.
Rudy was huge.
Yeah, Rudy was fat.
Yeah, Rudy was rerun on What's Happening. I know you don't get that reference, but
I don't get that reference.
But
no.
just go with me. It's fat.
It was crazy.
In the way he said it, Rudy was fat. I love the honesty. You've been hanging with Mike too long. You get too brutally honest.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, Rudy looks great now. He used to be
He's
fat.
trying to compliment you. I think.
Thank you. It is a compliment, but I just love how he said it like Mike Taylor would. Like, hey man, you were fat.
You were a great big old fat.
Yeah. 6 months with Mike, and this is what happens.
We almost drafted Rudy one year in Celebrity Death Watch.
No shit.
Rudy would have made a hell of a defensive tackle back then.
Oh, nose guard, baby. Iron. Yeah. He's
Not at
up
5'8".
the middle.
Not at 5'8".
He would have gotten underneeth everyone and clogged the holes. It would have been great.
I was scared to play football. I had going into my senior year, because all of my buddies played football. I was the only one that played soccer. So in the summer, I would go lift with them. And head coach Brian Dawson at the time, he comes up to me. He's like, man, you have the biggest thighs I've ever seen on a kid. Come play fullback for me. And I said, no, absolutely not. Appreciate you, coach. They went on to win a state title. But no, I didn't like football. Wasn't for me. I didn't play injury games.
I learned pretty quick that I was going to be 5'9" and $140.
So you said, I'm going to play baseball.
There was no football in my life. So I played football until 7th grade, and then I'm like, oh, okay.
See, Oklahoma drill. I did Oklahoma drill in middle school.
Okay.
I left practice and never went back.
Yeah.
Oklahoma drill separates the men from the boys.
Yeah, it does.
And when I got up off that ground and turned around, and the kid that been playing football his whole life sent me, I don't remember where I was.
Yep.
That was my last football practice. Coach like, what happened? Where you? Oh man, mom, work and never again. Oklahoma. So yeah, when you see those memes that say, "Hey, Oklahoma drill," yes, I was one of those guys that Oklahoma drill ended my football career.
You rang the bell.
Yeah, I'm tapped out.
Yeah.
Can we play a mini game here? I'm sorry to derail the show early, but
No.
we're gonna play a mini game.
Go ahead.
We're gonna play a game called Let's Find Jose.
Let's
Or
find
find
Jose.
Buki.
Oh,
Here's this lovely
Buki's
picture.
in here somewhere.
Let's find. Who do you
Full
think
screen it. I can't see it.
Who do you think I am in this image here?
Well,
number 2. You're number 2.
No.
No, that's not. No, that's a white boy.
Let's make this a little bigger for everyone.
Yeah.
There you go.
Are you number 3?
No, he's number 25, far left in the middle.
I am indeed the one in the middle. That is the dip in the
Oh,
picture.
Where, number
guy.
3?
No, right behind number.
That's
You're
you?
behind 3?
Dude, you look like
You're the mascot.
dude. You look 6. How did your parents let you out there,
How
dude?
old are you here?
I think this is 8th grade.
Buki, why
You're
were
in
you
the 8th grade?
Buki, why were you so black?
I was the Hispanic kid. What do you
No,
say?
you're not even that dark right
your
now.
lineage to make sure your dad is here. He thinks.
Well, again, Rudy, the lips gave it away, obviously.
Oh,
but again,
my
yes,
God,
I
look
was
at
the
that.
dip in the
Buki,
picture.
why weren't you on the front row?
I didn't have a small number. You think they would give a kid that doesn't play the small numbers?
Oh,
You look like a decapitated head and nothing else. My word. So, did you ever get to play on this
No, obviously not. That's. I mean, of course, I played 7th and 8th grade. I played nothing in 7th grade. I played in one B team game in 8th grade. They gave me a football for being a great practice player.
team? Dang. Look at that. That is
Buki,
amazing.
you're tiny, bro. You had no business out
I had
there.
no business. No, of course. And then I moved to Texas after my freshman year.
And
of high school.
you definitely quit when you got to Texas.
Oh yeah, no.
You weren't playing football in Texas looking like that.
No,
What was the name of your team here?
It's the Hidden Valley Titans, Hidden Valley Middle School Titans.
Hidden
Come on,
Valley Titans.
come on.
So I was not that small, but I was certainly not big.
I
So
bet you were tiny.
I was quick, and so they made my ass the first year I played, 4th grade, I think. They made my ass the running back, and I'm like, oh man.
Damn.
I'm like, well, that ain't cool.
Well, you can hide behind them big old offensive line.
No, I didn't really want to play. I joined the team because my buddies did, and I wanted to feel cool.
Yeah.
But oh fuck, now I'm starting at running back. I didn't sign up for that, and I also was kickoff returner. Rudy, it's in Rockport, Texas. Maybe not a lot of athletes.
Well,
out
y'all were all
Rockport.
small.
Dak Wynn and nobody else.
That was racist.
No, I was me and a bunch of shrimpers kids. No, but then first time ever. Never played football in my life, not in a game. Been practicing, taking a freaking beating because I'm a running back, and every play we run, we never passed. It was me and one other kid, and I'm on kickoff return, scared to death.
You must have been fast.
It's me. I was quick.
Yeah.
Me and one other kid. I'm like, kick it to him, kick it to him, kick it to him.
Are you serious?
Son of a bitch! It goes right to me. I pick it up, Rudy, and I'm not bragging. This happened because I was scared. I picked the ball up, went straight to the sideline like Forrest Gump, and then cut around the side and scored a touchdown. The first time I ever touched the ball.
I've never
in
scored a touchdown.
game.
That's one regret.
House call on a kickoff return to start the game, and I was scared to death.
But also excited.
Excited. I was happy I scored, and the competitiveness took over. But then I realized, as I got more confident, I engaged more and tried to shake tackles and tried to put moves. But man, I was little. I was going home with bruises in places I didn't know you could get bruises. I'd have bruises like in my armpit just because you take a beat. It's the practices, and you just take a effing beating.
Yeah.
I was done.
I was always the kid everyone wanted to go up against in Oklahoma drills.
Well, and see, here's the thing: we had a kid as big as him, or as small as him. My 6th grade year, played for the Falcons, the Riverside Falcons. Little bitty dude like him, and he played linebacker. He never played in games, but in practice, because we were assholes, and I was running back, and when I didn't get the ball, my job was to go block, and I would beeline for the little kid and just truck him.
Yeah.
Like an asshole.
Yeah,
of course I
such
did.
an
Because
asshole.
of course I did.
That's relatable content.
That's what we would do. We would smash the smallest kid on purpose. And his feet his leg would come up underneath him. He'd hit the ground on his back first. It was awful. He had no business out there.
I would play defensive line 5th quarter, but there was a 5th quarter for us sucky kids, and the fat kids would just grab me and just hold me.
Yeah, this ain't Texas.
Yeah.
When did you hit a growth spurt, Buki?
I didn't.
Well, you're not tall, but still.
After
You're not like that. That kid, if you'd told me that kid right there, if I could go back in time, I'd be like, he ain't gonna see 5'5".
I think it was going into my freshman year of high school or 8th grade-ish. I was in Venezuela when it happened. I went to Venezuela once in my life for a summer, and I outgrew all of my clothes, and I started to stink. And I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Started to stink.
Yeah.
Underarms and shit.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? Why do I stink all of a
What
sudden?
the hell?
I've got butt zits. What's going on with my body?
Yeah, it was fun.
Jeez. Well.
By the way, my biggest sporting regret, never hit a home run, obviously.
Oh, I hit a couple.
Yeah.
My dad was there when the first time I ever played football, I scored the touchdown on the kickoff. My dad saw that. And the first time my dad ever saw me play baseball, because when I started playing baseball, we lived in California. My dad was in Texas. And he was never able to get out there to see me play. And so the first time my dad went to see me play Little League Baseball in Fort Worth, Texas, I hit a homer in the first game my pops came. So,
That's
It's
awesome.
wonderful. Yeah, off
Good
a kid
memories.
named Ronnie Iloff. I'll
The
never
fact you
forget
still
that.
know his name is
My
crazy.
first dinger was off. Well, you
oh
never
my
forget
God,
your
yeah.
first homer.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I would have talked shit to that kid that I hit a home run off for the rest of my life. That's what I would have done.
Baseball, scared of the ball.
I couldn't have talked shit to Ronnie. He would have whooped my ass if we'd had a fight. But I hit a homer off him, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, Rudy, same one. I was too.
All right, donate to us via Super Chat. Tell us about all your old war stories in Little League. Donate to our show via the Super Chat. You can also buy us coffees if you so choose to do so. You can get a subscription to our channel. It's Love You Hard TV for absolutely free. You can also freely subscribe to our partners at Pub Sports Radio and Anthem TV. These are our partners each and every day. Rudy and I am still coming down from the high of the announcement of our television show. I'm still excited about that.
Very
a lot of
excited.
great feedback on that.
Very excited. Got some corporate love out there and social.
We did. TV show gets up and running August 30th on Chris 6. I have a note to reach out to them and ask them about an app. Like people in San Antonio.
Right. How can they watch?
They want to watch our show on the app.
It's got to. Everybody has
Surely
one.
they
got to have
Surely
one.
they do. All right, it's also in part by today, Executive Armoring, the official armoring company of In the Building. What does that mean? Well, it means exactly what you think it does. They armor vehicles, all sorts. And,
you can do piece by piece. Maybe
you can.
Maybe you don't need the whole car because you're not, the president, but maybe you want to be able to, feel comfortable with your family. And, it's the crazy times we're living in. You have no idea when you're going to be a part of something insane. And maybe you just, hey, you know what? I just want to at least bulletproof my windows. So maybe you do that. I know Leroy and AD talked about doing some work over at one of the Texas Cheers.
On the store?
On the window, on the door. Yeah. So he can do that as well. You could do your homes, cars, your wife's mobile boutique.
Maybe if you're broke, you can just do one piece at a time.
Yeah.
Do the rear view mirror first.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, but
I'm gonna get my hood bulletproof first.
Yeah.
Then my door.
And talking to some of those guys that came out to the live show the other night, the detail that they put into it and the time that it takes and getting the parts and getting it fitted, it's really it's really art when you look at it. When you look at how the vehicle, you would not know until you pull on that door. And that door weighs as much as Conan's sword, like 70-pound door. You're like, yeah, ain't nothing getting through here. So
fortified.
those guys do great work and they take great pride in it.
My boy Leroy, 210-716-4606. You can email him. It's info.armoring@gmail.com. info.armoring@gmail.com. Inspire 90. Taylor, will the Bear do a guest spot on In the Building? I'd love to have
In the Building
him.
Sports Edition.
Yeah, the Sports Edition TV show. I'd love to have Jim Bob on.
Oh, I thought we were talking to Sun Bear.
He's no, this is Jim Bob, the original producer when I first came to the ticket. My first bouquet is now the news director. Well, actually, sorry, Jim Bob. Director of Operations and Content Development at Chris 6. He's like over 3 different television stations in corporate. So there's hope for you, Bouquet. Yes, indeed.
So if we look at each other one day, it's going to be like the Spider-Man meme. We're just going to look at each other and point. Like, oh,
you and Bear, yeah, except he got wild-ass early 30s me. You got 50-year-old crotchety, beach shirt wearing middle-aged guy.
I think for both of us, it wouldn't have been good if we would have met at early 30s. Mike.
Probably not. No, it wouldn't have. And he was 25, I think, 24.
He was young.
I was 32, 33, and he got introduced to that Mike, which I don't even want to know that Mike half the time.
I know what kind of age range you like him at now, though, Mike. So that's interesting.
What's that?
You have a type for your producers. You like these mid-20s producers,
Yeah. Well, y'all are the only ones that'll work for this kind of money. I can't get a 50-year-old guy to do your job for the same money.
That's fair.
All right, I want to read to you, boys. It's not very long, but have you guys seen Tyrese Halliburton's post on Twitter?
I saw his picture in the post-surgery.
Okay, there's post-surgery. Tyrese Halliburton. It's a ruptured Achilles. He's out probably what?
Well, Sham said
months?
no. Sham said he will not play next season
At all. Yeah.
And because by the time he gets back, it'll be April. There's no need to run him out.
Mm-hmm. All right. So obviously he has heard some people out there saying he shouldn't have played. Should not have played.
Me?
Yeah, you being one. Well, he mentions this. All right. Tyrese Halliburton on X posted, "Man, don't know how to explain it other than shock. Words cannot express the pain of this letdown. The frustration is unfathomable. I worked my whole life to get to this moment, and this is how it ends? Makes no sense. Now that I've gotten surgery, I wish I could count the number of times people will tell me I'm going to, quote, come back stronger. What a cliche, LOL. This shit sucks. My foot feels like dead weight, fam. But what's hurting most, I think, is my mind. Feel like I'm rambling, but I know this is something I'll look back on when I'm through this as something I'm proud I fought through. It just feels good to let this shit out without y'all seeing the kid ugly cry. At 25, I've already learned that God never gives us more than we can handle. I know I'll come out on the other side of this a better man and a better player. And honestly, right now, torn Achilles and all, I don't regret it. I do it again and again after that to fight for this city and my brothers for the chance to do something special. Indy, I'm sorry. If any fan base doesn't deserve this, it's y'all. But together we're going to fight like hell to get back to this very spot and get over this hurdle. I don't doubt for a second that y'all have my back, and I hope you guys know that I have yours. I think Kobe said it best when in this same situation, he said, quote, there are far greater issues, challenges in the world than a torn Achilles. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, find the silver lining, and get to work with the same belief, same drive, and same conviction as ever. And that's exactly right. I will do everything like Kobe did in my power to get back right. My journey to get to where I am today wasn't by happenstance. I pushed myself every day to be great, and I will continue to do just that. The most important part of this all is that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for every single experience that led me here. I'm grateful for all the love from the hoop world. I don't have to go through this. I get to go through this. I'm grateful for the road that lies ahead. Watch how I come back from this, so give me some time. I'll dust myself off, get right back to being the best version of me. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Tyrese.
Well said. First of all, how'd he get that many characters on X?
It lets you extend now.
Premium.
Yeah, he's got the premium account.
Oh, I was about
He
to
makes
say.
$35 million a
Yeah,
year.
that was more than 140 characters. No, I mean, probably. And
That
it's,
sucks and sad.
well, it's crazy that he's adopted this theory in his 20s, because I didn't adopt this theory till, I'm 47, so 4 years ago. 43 of the 24-hour rule. No matter how bad it gets, you get 24 hours. You get 24 hours to be moan and groan. Then you dust yourself off and get to work on whatever it is that's messing with your mind, physically, health-wise, whatever the case is. You get 24 hours. And after that 24 hours, all the crying and all the moaning and groaning stops. You start putting in the work on whatever it is that you need to get to. So the fact that he had this mentality in his 20s, he got me beat by 20-something years, because I used to be depressed for days. Like, oh, I'm going through this whole woe is me. Nah, man, you get 24 hours.
When did you? It's probably not a day that happens.
It was when I had diabetes. When I found out I was type 2. And I was like,
Feel bad for calling him fat now, don't you, Bouquet?
No.
I don't.
But I made myself that. I gave myself. It wasn't like none of this shit is like hereditary. You know what I mean? I know we love to say that, so we give ourselves this excuse. Well, it's in my family. Yeah. No. Yeah. You're eating fucking candy and slushies and Crown Royal is why you have diabetes. It has nothing to do with your grandma. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So once I got that, I was like, okay. Felt like shit, was feeling bad. My buddy was like, yeah, you gotta get to work. And I was like, in the moment, I'm like, damn, it's pretty fucked up, man. I'm fucked up right now. He's like, yeah, you got 24 hours. Feel bad for yourself. Get to work.
Who was this buddy?
Buddy at the old station. Buddy at the old station was like, you got 24 hours. He's like, I know.
Good for him for talking.
It's all effed up, but.
Good for you for listening.
Yeah, 24 hours, man. No matter how bad the shit is. And then you get to work. So I can appreciate Mr. Halliburton in his 20s. Because in your 20s, I've got 30-something million. Who knows? You may want to feel bad for yourself. So it is what it is.
Damn.
You're a really good reader, Mike.
Thank you. I'll come to your house this year and read you The Night Before Christmas.
That'd be awesome.
That's a random thing to say.
He didn't no stutter, no nothing. I just read that perfectly.
Oh, by the way, I am available for voice work.
No shit. All right, me too.
If there's anybody out there that would like me, I actually
me too.
No bullshit. I had a young author who was a veteran who reached out to me a couple of years ago because he wrote a book and he asked if I would narrate his book for
Do
the
the audiobook
audio
for it?
version. He just didn't have the money. And
Oh,
I had already quit the ticket,
You're
and I
lying.
was looking for gigs, and I just the time it takes to read someone's
you
entire
don't have
book.
the time.
Yeah, the time.
Time is
If I
money.
still been at the ticket, I probably would have said yes because he was a really
Yeah.
cool guy, and I met him and just didn't work out. So yes, Rudy and I are available to read your book. So if for the right number,
For the right number. I ain't free.
Raul's happy that I think people are shocked I read a Bible verse in here. Hey man,
Say-
good to hear the Bible from.
He read it. He quoted it.
That might be the first Bible verse I've ever read. I think. No, I'm touched by that kid. You know, he's taken a lot of.
That's
shit.
a shitty thing to happen in games. It's one thing,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, it's shitty at any moment because you know you lose a year. But in game 7 and you're cooking, and who knows if you get back, that's a shitty way for that to go down.
It's touching. I fell in love with that kid. He's one of my favorite players now. Hell, I might if I weren't such a Spurs fan, I might go get me a Halliburton jerk, but I feel weird doing it. But
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of him. Rooting hard for him. Sucks he won't come back next year. But I have no doubt he will. And no doubt that Indiana will stay good. I think as long as they got Carlisle and they're that young and they tweak their roster, obviously they're not going to have number 0 this coming season, which sucks. But I think
Right.
Indiana will come back. The Eastern Conference is not massively hard right
No,
now.
not at all.
You can get good in a hurry in the East. Well, you can get gooder faster in the East than
There
you
you go.
can in the
Well
West,
said.
I guess. So it's been a day now to think about it. You still think that he made a mistake by playing in the game the other night? It's tough. It's a tough one.
He was playing well.
I know.
Man,
They knew that. They knew he was a time bomb, though.
I guess we say leave it all out there.
I know. It's championship.
How do you not play? If you can walk,
If
if
he
you can
doesn't
run, you
play-
can jump,
Half the country's calling him a puss.
yeah, you got to go.
You know,
It sucks that you lose it now, but now you lose a whole season. But I get it. I
You
fully
know,
get it.
there was an example this season. Granted, it's a different scenario. Wasn't in the finals. There was an example this season of a guy who had a bad calf. And he and his camp, his people, told the team he played for, we need to be off longer. And the team he played for was like, you need to get back sooner. We think you can play. No, we don't want to fuck with his calf because calves turn into Achilles. It was Luka Doncic. One of the things that
Interesting.
helped fracture the relationship in Dallas was the Mavericks.
So they had a little Kawhi going on
They
themselves.
got pissed because they thought that Luka was taking too long to come back. Well, the reason they thought what Nico Harrison would say was the reason why Luka didn't get back in time on our timeline is because he didn't keep himself in shape while he was hurt. Luka would say, no, you don't mess around with calves. You take your time on that.
I agree with that. I mean, you talked to this guy for a decade. I dealt with him for a couple years.
Mhm.
But the one thing that Doc Garrett would stress was calves are too tricky. Because you can feel fine, you feel fine, the next thing you take a step this way and the calf's back injured. And then what happens also when you have the calf injury, ask Kevin Durant, ask Jason Tatum, now ask Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, man.
The Achilles overworks itself because you're trying to keep the pressure off the calf, so the pressure comes down to the Achilles, and next thing you know, your Achilles is rolling up your calf.
God, imagine that feeling. This is an excerpt from one of the Tim McMahon pieces he wrote back in February when all this shit went down with Luka.
Yeah.
They were talking about how the relationship went to crap. A quick little paragraph I'm going to read to you again, Jose. He writes, the sides also drastically disagreed on the timetable for Doncic's return after receiving the MRI results.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Billsborough, the Mavs doctor, Dr. B believed Doncic could be back in 2 or 3 weeks, sources said, while Doncic's team adamantly stated no, he needed to sit out 6 weeks, not 2. Doncic's camp got their way, and so a target date for a return was February 8, a home game against Houston. That deepened the divide between Luka and Dallas, and it was 2 weeks later they traded his ass.
That was like, I remember my injury was much worse than Kawhi's, and I was back in much quicker time than Kawhi. And, Manu, you got to ask his group.
Tony's favorite player of all time, Tony Parker.
Pop, you got to ask his group. Kawhi went through the similar. First of all, Kawhi didn't want to be here. but he wasn't ready to play, and the Spurs thought he was milking it.
I did too. At the time, I thought Kawhi was.
But
milking
then, I
it
mean,
'cause
he ended up.
didn't
You
wanna
ended up seeing like he was really.
be-
First of all,
Sure, he ain't
let's
been
be
healthy
clear.
since.
No, let's be clear. That was a part of it, but he just didn't want to be here.
He
So
did
we
not.
don't have to let him off the hook.
Correct. I think
And he didn't have the balls to just say, "Hey,
I
well,
think
maybe
he
he told
did
him
milk.
behind closed doors."
Mhm.
But the rest of San Antonio, we're like, "No, bro, you just don't want to be here. This is much more than an injury."
Yeah. Well, the big thing with me is whether Kawhi Leonard really did milk the injury or not. It's the way he handled it. Whether or not Kawhi had a degenerative issue, which, by the way, he hadn't been hardly healthy since.
Right? He ain't. He's Brandon Roy with better technology.
For sure. No question. The thing that pisses me off, and I'm way over it now, it's fine, is just the way he threw the Spurs under the bus or allowed his fucking uncle, to trash the Spurs medical people, which are some of the finest medical people in all of sport, not the NBA, in sports.
For sure.
Dr. Sines and his team, and I'm not saying this because it's the Spurs and I'm a fan, but the Spurs medicinal people are world class.
Amen.
And they treated them like trash in the papers. And that was bullshit.
You know,
just have the balls and say, hey, man, I just don't want to play here anymore.
The Spurs come to visit him in New York. He runs out.
Pop went to New York just to try to talk
Check
to him.
on him. Yeah.
Kawhi wouldn't come out of the hotel room.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
That's Bush League.
That was bullshit. So whether or not he rushed it, and Tony Parker was shitty for throwing him under the bus. I just think at that point the Spurs were tired of Kawhi.
Them Frenchmen, man. Frenchmen have no like filter.
I don't understand. I was back in
He was
6
like,
weeks.
my injury much worse. And I was like, damn. I was like, if I wasn't gone, I'm gone now. You're supposed to be my dog.
Reload the chat, Bookie.
The chat got messed up.
All right, you want to partner with us? You can. It's in the building. Reach out to me and Rudy. Hey, Planet Fitness, we're open for business. We don't have an official gym.
We could use one.
Just saying. So if you'd like to partner with us and get your company a whole lot of publicity, please feel free to do so. And reach out to any of our current partners. They'll tell you, working with us it's a good time. Well, we had Mr. Russ in here from GC this morning with his son. Brought us some T-shirts, passed out some beer koozies. I'm gonna probably
not good on the green screen, but
probably not great on the green.
Oh,
screen.
it ain't.
Yeah, that's all right. I got a gray one too. I can give you. You can wear them next week. So anyway, just we build relationships. We build businesses. You know, we're endorsers, but we build small businesses. We get you business. I'm almost guaranteed we'll get you some business by partnering with us. So reach out to me and Rudy, and we'll take care of you. Speaking of, we got 7 area Texas Cheer Liquors. The official liquor store in the building. We got 7 in the area. The far south one off of I-90.
Put up them June specials.
Headed to Castroville, all the way up to the far northbound Texas Cheer Liquor, which is up in Bernie Way. And there's 5 in between. All Texas Cheer Liquors in San Antonio, Texas will give you a 5% discount when you mention in the building. Or you can go get one of these kick-ass specials for June.
Yeah, June specials. Fedka, half-gallon big boys. Luna Azul. -96 and the 14 hands unicorn. 14-hand unicorn only $4.99. The women have been coming in by the droves, getting 2-3 bottles at a time. Mm-hmm. You should do the same before. Anytime it's $4.99, that's just one of those everyday sippers. $4.99. Let's say you don't crazy about it, but that's actually good. Mm-hmm. You stock up on stuff when it's $4.99, and you got what's today, the 24th. Got about 6 more days to take advantage of that. So, and those Svedka half gallons are only $19.99. Good poolside drink. Blue raspberry. It's pool season. Pour your little glass with some ice, throw a little lemonade in there, sit by the pool and enjoy the summer.
Texas Cheer Liquor.
Liquor. L-I-K-K-A. Liquor.
You see the way some of our people talk to each other on the chat? Sometimes I'll notice things. Ellis. I don't even know what he's talking about. I don't know the context.
Me neither.
Ellis, write out. Xavier, do you live by those words when you are meat gazing?
Yeah, because Xavier was saying it's good to hear the Bible. And then Ellis asked him, was he go by the Bible when he meat gazes?
When he meat gazes. Okay, tell me what meat gazing is.
What Jose does.
Oh.
Likes checking out other men's meat.
I understand. Okay. I should have known without asking. You know what? Punch me for not knowing in advance what that meant. I should have even asked.
No, because there's a whole nother world in the chat that we be missing. And Charlie asked me, am I still dealing with diabetes? Charlie, I have you know, I do my blood work probably once every 3 months.
Dang.
And not only am I not diabetic, I'm not even pre-diabetic. No metformin, no Ozempic, no Mounjaro, diet and exercise. So no, I'm not.
I didn't know that you could lose diabetes.
Yeah, if you eat right and you work out.
Yeah, it's not lifetime.
I thought you just caught it and it's boom, you're done.
If you have type 1, now that's, I would say that's, I guess, hereditary. You could be born with that. There's nothing you can do about that. You could be great in shape. But type 2 is just, you just don't give a fuck about yourself. And you've just given up on life and you just eat and drink whatever you want. That's type 2 is fully reversible if you give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm nothing, Charlie. Zero, done, nothing, nada.
Wise words from Skinny Rudy.
I ain't skinny, but thank you, Jose.
You used to
I
be
hate
fat.
people that can't take compliments. Thank you.
No worries.
You're bad at it. I am too.
I'm awful at it.
I'd rather set myself on fire than get a compliment. So yeah.
Yeah, he's weird about that.
You know what I found out about Jose? Jose's shy. He talks a lot of shit when he's in here because it's just us three.
Yes.
But when we were out at the Line and Rose Saturday and we told him stand up, I was like, "Oh, you a shy motherfucker."
Yeah.
Like you talking all this shit on on the net. You know, oh, there, Karama Cheeks, whatever this. He get in front of a few people and he's turning red and shit and just trying to hide in the back. I was like, oh, he's shy.
That's a whole different deal there.
Yes, these are all accurate words. Yes.
Hey, holy shit, humans actually do watch crap.
When people actually gave Buki applause and he was like, hey, don't look at me. Go back to the show.
When the run my cheeks chant started going, that's when I was like, oh my god,
that's
my
right.
cheeks. Yeah, these are actually humans that watch us every day.
It's like, oh my god, people watch. People say the things back to me.
These are real humans that are in here chatting. It's not me just hacking into the system and writing things to pretend. All right, well we'll put the finals to bed and talk draft and shit. But
it's over. So what do we do now?
One more thing.
What's up?
Did you see the ratings for Game 7?
Uh-oh, that bad?
Highest rated NBA Finals game since 2018.
That was
that
was Cleveland Golden State.
That was a Game 7.
How about that? Yeah.
No, 2018 wasn't a Game 7. 2018 was a sweep or a gentleman's sweep.
Oh yeah, okay. That was the LeBron J.R. Smith one.
You can't. So
the series itself was not great, but Game 7 blew up.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. It's because of our short attention span. We need a really great reason to watch something, whether it's sports or whatever. A Game 7.
Give me a reason, like me with hockey.
The championship's on the line. It's for the title, and so cool. Game 7, people just think, oh shit, Game 7, I gotta watch it.
Oh, I saw the funny thing about that. I saw it popped up on my timeline a few times. Mm-hmm. These kids, because keep in mind, OKC, I want to say they're the youngest or the second youngest team in the league.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of them not knowing how to pop champagne?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, because AD always tells me, like, yo, man, these Gen Zers, they don't drink. They don't drink. I got they don't drink.
The cork out.
They didn't know how to pop champagne. I'm like, wait, y'all really don't drink?
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do that.
I was like,
yeah. You don't drink champagne.
It was like embarrassing. They were passing it to each other. Chet's looking at the bottle. He's like, I can't get it. And then he passed it to Williams. Williams like, I don't know. Here, Shay, you try to open it. I'm like, what happened?
There's not one old guy on that team either.
Not one.
Not one that can.
Couldn't the coaches step in? Like, hey, give me that, you idiot.
Who is the oldest Thunder?
Some
bench dude at the end of the bench.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine who it might be. That's like a rotational player. Who on that squad?
By maybe Caruso.
It might be Caruso.
Holy God! What is he? 28, 29? It's probably Caruso.
I have no idea.
Those assholes. They're getting ready to win more titles here in the next few years, I think.
Yes, they are.
Who's the oldest Thunder?
It is indeed Alex Caruso.
College Station Zone. How old is he?
31.
Yeah, and TCU Zone's Kendrick Williams, who we learned went to a JUCO.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Kendrick.
Oh, yeah, we did learn that yesterday on In Motion.
He's on a big league team. First Frog to win an NBA Finals, I think, since ’92, something like that.
So that was somebody on the Bulls?
There's a Frog fun fact.
If it was '92, that was the Bulls.
I think it was Kurt Thomas.
Oh, okay.
I want to say Kurt.
Oh, no.
Kurt was on. Was Kurt on the Bulls? Kurt was on. Maybe he was backup for the Rockets. Maybe it was '95.
Okay,
might have been when Mike was out, something like that. I am giving bullshit information. But shout out to TCU basketball randomly. All right, it is in the building. Jump in here with a super chat if you want to do so. Listen to the audio version as part of the Believe Podcast Network on Spotify, Apple, and iHeart. Watch the Baseline Bums on Love You Hard TV as well on YouTube, and you can even watch Bookie's show on Love You Hard TV on Saturdays. The Say Hey plays.
And In Motion, when will that show be up?
And
Bookie?
In
It'll be up
Motion.
today.
And the clips
In
too?
Motion.
Yeah.
Thank
It'll all
you.
be up today.
I got to put that on my promo sheet. In Motion. I was going to see
Yeah.
if it was going to stick around. Looks like it's going to stick
Oh,
around.
yeah. No, yeah.
Excellent.
They ain't
Oh,
going nowhere.
awesome.
By the way, Mike, we might have signed you up to do some physical activities, so we'll see.
Oh, we did.
Wait a minute.
Let's do
Does it
it.
involve daiquiris? Because I'm not doing
no,
that.
it
No,
involves-
so In Motion, that obviously it's in a excuse
Uh-huh.
me, what is it? Post-grad school.
Uh-huh.
And they put their kids through some tough conditioning.
I'm going to need some
And
heads up.
And Buki decided to, hey, Rudy, while G and Mark are,
Great.
well, me, you, and Mike should just go out and do one of the conditioning workouts with the kids.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I'm like,
We've seen where my athleticism has depleted.
me too.
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, this is just running. It's just running.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Oh, my. I just don't have... Not that I ever could do a 360 windmill dunk.
Yeah. Yeah, Buki done signed us up without Mike even present. And Mike wasn't even here.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, I'd like to see Mike do one of those, like, you have to shoot 1,000 free throws and do all that. And
All right,
then
now
Mike's just dead.
I can do the free throw bit. Now 1,000, I don't know about that. I'm not bad free throw shooter.
I can make a couple
I
free
can
throws.
shoot, man.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
thing the other night at Incarnate Word, I don't know what that was. I
Oh
was-
man, you can't get out the car
Dude.
after not shooting for months and then expect to knock down threes.
Yeah, I know. And then the very next day, we went and shot over at Trinity, and I was balling. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Oh, the little outside tennis courts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a great place to hike. To all the hills and everything, up and down hills and around. Trinity's
Hiking? Are any mountain lions up there?
no mountain line. It's not that much hiking. It's
Okay.
hilling. We're
Oh,
hilling
okay.
is
I'm
what
down
we're
for
doing.
that.
And there's the air ball. I just don't understand how I missed by 3 feet. That's what I don't get.
But look at him standing there. It's like in
I was
shock.
shocked, stunned. Like, what did I do wrong here? That's crazy. Like, am I drunk? Have I been drugged? And thank you, 21 for Life. The lighting in that gym is freaking horrible. It's effing
Oh,
terrible.
man.
All right, so Bouquet, are you going to do this, whatever we're doing, too?
Yes.
See your ass
But
out
he has
there.
to film it as well.
Yes, you guys will film the thing I'm doing. So
All
my idea is that you guys can do the shooting. I am not a basketball player, so I don't shoot, and I'll do the running and defense. Or
Oh,
whatever.
big deal.
Yeah.
I think
All
that
right,
sounds like a
fine.
plan, Mike.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That sounds
That'll
like a
work.
plan.
In the ideal world, it's so hard. I throw up, and it'll be fun.
Mike and I are walkers. We walk.
I'm a power walker.
Yeah, we power walkers. We're not sprinters.
man
I'm
walking.
not tearing my Achilles for
No.
content.
Sprinting, it's been a while since I've sprinted.
When's the last time you took off in a full sprint?
Not in this year.
I can't remember.
Last 10 years.
I think it was
Last 10
probably
years, some.
2018 at Heavy Metal Fitness. He had me do sprints up
All
this
right.
hill in the back.
You know,
It was 2018, so
You
about
know
7
what?
years ago.
damn it, I'm mad at myself now because I used to sprint. That was part of my workout routine when I was in my 30s.
They're great for
early
you.
40s.
That's why track stars look so great.
Yeah, you ever seen a fat sprinter? No.
No.
I would go out and rather than I hate jogging. God, I suck at it. I hate it.
It's boring.
It's my least
takes
favorite
too
thing in
long,
the thing
yeah.
to do. I would rather power walk. And by
It's
the way,
better for
Doc
you.
Garrett said walking's
better.
fine.
Walking's much
fine.
better.
But I used to mix in sprints 2 or 3 times a week. I'd go to this little football field over by where we used to live in the med center, and I would do 50-yard gassers. I'd do 3 of them. Boom,
That's
boom,
good
boom.
work.
Dude. man. If I did it now, I would blow everything I have out.
Buki, there's no excuse for you. At 27, I was still
Yeah,
going
come on,
gym. I was
man.
still going
Nah.
gym to gym and hoop all day
Yeah,
at
come
27,
on,
dog.
man.
There's no excuse you don't get any physical activity, dog.
I think I could get back to sprinting, but I need I need to get
No.
I can't just go do it now.
No.
I need to work on it.
You'll tear everything.
slowly.
I'm not going to do any kind of workouts or anything to build up. And again, if they're as hard as I think they're going to be, I might end up puking. It'll be great for content.
Yes, it will.
Very well, that's true.
Right.
Shout out to Kevin. Good morning from Lakeland, Florida. I always like shouting out folks that listen to us in other towns and
Mhm.
stuff. He's over on the Pub Sports Radio chat. All right, speaking of Buki and your teams and
Oh, no.
your Boston Celtics. I don't know what they're
I'm
up to
so
right
sick
now.
of people in the Celtics. You just triggered me.
No, I'm sorry. Let me get this out.
Go
Then-
ahead, man.
So the Celtics are trading Drew Holiday back to the Blazers. He don't want to play there. He's 17 years
They're
in the
gonna cut
league.
him.
Drew's going to be somewhere else. Boston's doing something. Obviously, they're not going to just wait for Jason Tatum to come back next year. They're going to try to stay good this year, and this move for getting Drew Holiday off their books is step one to God knows what's next. And what are you pissed at?
That people continue to help the Celtics.
Oh, to help them?
Oh, here's
Derek. Look at the Lakers.
Here's Derek White for a bag of chips.
Right.
Here's Porzingis for a Sprite. Here's Drew Holiday coming off a championship with the Bucks for a can of noodles.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, here, take Anthony Simmons here for Drew. Like, what are we? Why are we helping the Celtics? There used to be a time when you'd be like, anybody but.
Yeah, what are the Blazers?
You remember, like the Spurs? The Spurs had a better package from the Lakers for Kawhi, and they were like, they're old school. They're like, we're not about to hand Nico Harrison. We're not about to hand one of the best players in the league to the Lakers.
Right.
So,
yeah, we appreciated that.
I take when he's not going to even get on the plane to Portland.
No.
Now, while Drew Holiday's just sitting around, I'll take him here.
No shit.
He gets paid a lot of
He's
money.
owed a
for
lot.
Oh, he's getting. Oh, okay. I don't want him then.
4 more years.
I think it's 76 total.
Oh no, I don't want him. I don't want him that bad. But he's one of those guys. He still can lock up every now and then, get you 20 something, but not at that price. That's why I'm like, what are you doing, Portland? Why would you help them out of that contract?
You know, this is the thing that triggers me. All these asshole organizations in the NBA, like Portland and fucking it used to be Orlando. It looks like they're actually trying to give a shit. Like New Orleans, that franchise should not exist.
No, give them to Seattle.
If they do get a decent player, they're gonna trade him because they can't keep him. No one wants to play there. That's of note. And they'll end up trading him to one of the powerhouse franchises. It's bullshit. These are the NBA leeches.
And that young kid can play.
The Blazers are a shit organization. Yes. I don't care how many fans they get in the Moda Center.
Yeah.
I don't care that Portland.
Those people love basketball.
Yeah.
Well, y'all don't act like it.
Well, they damn sure don't give y'all any love back. Damian Lillard, y'all are lucky you had him a minute longer than you did.
Right.
God, I'm sure he wanted out of there 4 or 5 years ago. It's a shitbag organization. They shouldn't exist, and it's gotten worse since the old man died, Paul Allen, the old owner.
Great point.
It's bullshit. The Blazers suck, and they ought to be chastised for that. It's horse crap. Hate the Blazers.
And that's a good pickup for Boston because you're not gonna have Jason Tatum, so you have something with Anthony.
This is move one of a chess match that Boston got into today.
And it's expiring contract.
Oh yeah.
God knows
Portland. See, that's what I'm saying. Like some cities don't deserve teams.
No, man. No, don't deserve it.
It's beautiful. Well, Kristaps Porzingis will be the next guy gone.
Oh yeah, they got to get him off.
You think they're getting Kristaps out?
Oh yeah, he's done.
Or are they tanking?
I think they just need to get a lot of money off. That's the
issue. Because keep in mind, there's a new ownership, and they paid $6 billion, and they're like, we're not about to pay luxury tax and not be winning.
And we're not going to have Tatum anyway.
Yeah.
The penalties are so stiff now that it's just like
some people also suggest. I was having fun with. Oh man, they sold because of LeBron. But some people also suggest that the Buss family was just like, yo, we're over this luxury tax shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
It's gotten so pricey, though. That's the crazy thing about the league. I mean, that's just why these organizations that are run by shitty owners and GMs continue to do it because they make so much money. The Busses have literally been priced out of the NBA, where it's like, man, we can get $10 billion. Fuck, fuck it. Sorry, Dad.
Love you. We'll put some flowers on your grave.
We'll put some dollar signs.
Yeah.
We'll make it rain on your gravestone.
Jerry Buss is pissed.
Probably not happy wherever he is, but they got priced out. They couldn't afford it. $10 billion effing dollars.
I'm out for $67 million buy, flipped to $10 billion.
Golly, it's unbelievable. All right, tomorrow night is the draft.
It is draft.
We're gonna do 2 shows. We're gonna do our regular in the building in the morning.
Yeah, take that. Who was that? Cafe Don Juan was like, oh, so y'all only doing 1 show tomorrow? No, we're not, Ruben. We're doing both.
Oh, okay, Ruben.
Yeah, Ruben was talking shit yesterday. He didn't think I saw that shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're doing 2 shows tomorrow, Ruben. Cut your shit.
I am excited for tomorrow. I think we're gonna.
Are you?
I'm pretty sure the Spurs.
Are you excited or nervous?
Excited. Excited because the more I look at now, I'm no NBA analyzer. I'm not Jay Billis, but the more I look at Dylan Harper, the more I like the kid. Can't throw a baseball for shit, but it's okay.
What, did he do a first pitch?
The Yankees had him out for the first pitch.
How bad was it?
Not good. Yeah, it's funny. Wemby also threw the first pitch out for the Yankees.
I
2
can't
years
throw a
ago.
baseball either.
What the heck is up with the Yankees?
I don't know. They always he went to Rutgers, so he's across the river.
So
And Wemby's just French, so.
And Wemby was just a big, huge name, and they needed somebody.
Joe Burrow also can't throw a baseball if it makes us feel better.
No, he can't, which is shocking.
Joe Burrow can't throw a baseball? That don't make sense.
I
No,
know.
it's
That is
hilarious,
shocking.
Rudy.
Dylan
It's-
didn't surprise me.
Now-
Y'all look it up if you want to. Dylan's left-handed, though. I forgot about that. Dude, he's just going to be a stud. So I can't guarantee. I think he's going to be a stud. And, we've been focusing on his dad being Ron Harper. And Dylan Harper's mom, though. You read about the mom?
Mm-mm.
Ron wanted to make a future NBA baby.
LeVar Ball did the same. He
So-
married a volleyball player that was 6'3".
Oh, yeah.
He did that he said
On
he did it on
purpose.
purpose.
Okay,
They do that.
Okay, here we got the throw here.
Oh, shit.
I've seen worse.
Why do they make him do it from the mat? They should let him
Well,
move up.
that's a decision they make.
Yeah,
You
he
can't-
wanted to go behind the rubber. I guess he's a Yankee fan. He's from New Jersey. Oh,
That wasn't bad.
he scooped ice cream, scooped it.
I mean, he definitely doesn't look.
Shout out to
good.
the Jeter jersey.
He tried.
no
oh, and I've seen worse.
Did you see 50 cents? It was bad.
50 cents is the worst I've ever seen.
Yo, so let me put on your. I'm gonna give you some time. Put on your Mitch Johnson hat,
All
Mike.
right. Hey, so anyway,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm
Yeah,
not
go ahead.
ADHD. I'm gonna forget what I was going to say about
Yeah,
his mom.
Oh, yeah.
She played in the Philippines. Came here
basketball.
as a little kid. Yeah, moved here as a little kid. She played college basketball. She's a high school coach now. Her dad was on the Philippine national team. I know it's the Philippines, but still, he's on the national team. So Dylan Harper's grandpa on his mama's side was one of the best players in all of the Philippines.
So it's just in him.
It's just in him. And then, of course, Daddy's Ron.
And then Daddy's Ron.
Yeah. All right, what is this?
Is that Burrow?
Yes,
That's
this-
pretty bad considering he's a quarterback.
Yeah, not good.
His job is to throw things.
Right.
And
he has
His
no
job-
he can't
His
control
job
it
is
at
to
all.
throw things.
he's
Unk.
throwing it like a football.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he is. That's hilarious.
I did the first pitch at a high school baseball game right down the middle, baby.
Oh yeah.
Nice little curve. I used to play baseball in the front yard with the
Yeah.
homies with the tennis ball.
Look,
So
and
I
it's
learned to throw a
nerve-wracking.
ball.
I've done the first pitch at the Missions twice, and just it's a little nervous.
It is, hell
You're
yeah, it
nervous,
is.
yeah. As a matter of fact, and I'll pull back the curtain. Both times I did the first pitch at the Missions, they let me go down underneath the dugout and
Warm up.
Warm up.
Hell
I
yeah.
didn't want to make a fool of
They
myself.
don't want you to freaking tear a rotator cuff.
I
All right.
absolutely have the yips.
Oh, yeah.
can't
I got a Spurs question for
Yes,
you.
sir. So all that being said, I'm excited for tomorrow night.
Now, Mitch,
Mm-hmm.
this is assuming they taking Dylan Harper. If they don't take him, who gives a shit? The question get thrown in the trash.
All right.
But if they take Dylan, Mitch, who's handling the ball most of the time? Is Dylan coming off the bench and going to back up Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you going to start them together? And if you start them together, who do you want having the ball in their hands majority of the time? Who do you want setting the table?
Rich people problem.
Dylan probably come
Good
off the
thing.
bench, right? I mean,
Yeah,
no,
to
wait,
start.
do you bring the number 2? Well, they did. Castle was 4, and he couldn't even get on the floor. So
Mhm.
I guess you can bring the number 2 guy off the bench, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to start.
I agree.
I don't think so.
I think he starts the second team, runs the second team, and then earns a spot on the first team.
Hell, maybe he's the next Manu. Who knows? I don't know. As far as role, not position, but maybe
Damn,
he
if
leads
I take you second overall, I want you starting. But that's just me.
But where?
That'll make me right.
Do you guys still think Fox is going to be on the team?
You know, that's an interesting question.
Why wouldn't he be? What is that? Where did that question even
That's
come
a very interesting
from?
question.
He broke his neck to get here. What?
Yeah, but they didn't know they were going to have Dylan Harper on
Yeah.
the team 4 months later.
Does that make you mad? Fox, now put on your De'Aaron Fox hat.
Tough shit. Spurs have to do what's best for them. If there's a deal out there that includes Fox that brings them in swings and forwards and bigs, don't you have to at least consider it? I know it would seem weird because you just traded for Fox. He only got, 4 games with Wemby or something like that.
It's like you trade for Garoppolo and then you draft the spare from North Dakota State. What was his name?
Trey Lance.
Yeah, like the 49ers. Like Spurs trade for Fox and then draft a point guard.
But you just can't pass on Dylan Harper's talent. They could take Ace Bailey, which I think would stun the world.
It
I
would
know you
shock
like
me.
Ace.
I love Ace. I always thought it was going to be Ace, and then out of nowhere, everybody's like, "No, it's going to be Dylan. It's going to be
That
Dylan."
is an interesting question, though. I mean, I get the whole argument you don't pass on these talented players. You just don't pass on this kind of talent. Yeah, but you also can't have 4 point guards that get rotational minutes.
And we still have Trey Jones.
If there's a move out there that includes Fox, and I think it makes them appreciably better in the front court and gives Wemby some space, you have to think about that, don't you? They didn't anticipate having.
Depending on who we talking about.
I don't think they anticipated having ball in their laps.
If you're talking about Jaylen Brown, yeah.
And by the way, let's not act like I'm happy we got De'Aaron Fox. I was stoked.
But you're not calling him Chris Paul.
No, he's not Chris.
Oh, he
Paul.
got traded. Trey got traded. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Y'all are right.
De'Aaron Fox is not a Hall of Famer or nothing like that. I don't think he's untradeable just because they just brought him in. This is what happens in the process.
See, I agree. I agree with Greg. Fox, Castle, Harper, Sohan, Wemby. That's my
five.
That will be my starting five.
How big is Harper?
6'6",
6'6", legit.
Huge.
And he got them gorilla arms. I'm the only one on this show that can say that.
Don't say that, Jose.
He got them. He can scratch his knees standing straight up.
That's right.
And he got these big old hands like his dad.
My God.
So yes, Wemby, Sohan, Castle, Fox, Harper. That's my five.
And then see you later, Keldon Johnson. Ride the bench.
And Mike brings up a good point. And Fox is due an extension not too long from now. Are we sure that Fox is part of this thing going for?
What is it called? What is the saying? He's a Spurs guy. He's not going anywhere.
I know you hate that,
and they do a great job.
Like a
and they do a great job of convincing you to take less. Like they've mastered that. Hey, man, we got your HEB money, we got your Frost Bank money.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of living is you got a $2 million home that would be $20 million in Cali.
Yep.
We're gonna help you do your camps, and this is a great place you can raise your family. Your wife's family's all from here. Everything's good. Just take this 27, okay? Then you start looking around like you just caught in the matrix, and next thing you know, you signing. Like Manu and Tony were so grossly underpaid.
And
I don't know if these kids nowadays are like that though.
They get credit for that because they took less money to stay and play with Timmy.
Fair.
Tony could have left. I thought Tony was going to leave way before he did.
Yeah, I know Manu flirted with Denver. It was never really going to happen, but he went and visited him.
It was one day.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
That was like you talking about like some spouse that cheated on you just once. It was only once.
It was once. It meant nothing.
Nothing.
Just sex, and it wasn't even that great. I thought about you during it. There's no way to segue better than. So let's just do it. Thank you, GC Roofing, for the shirts they brought in here today.
It's bad on green screen, but I'm gonna put it up anyway.
I got a gray one. Let's see.
Yeah, you got a gray one. Put that up there.
I'm wearing mine still. Shout out to old Dale.
That was Russ.
Shout out to old Russ. God, I get them all confused all the time.
Oh, okay. The white guys all look the same.
I know, right? Yeah. The white roofing guys.
So they brought them in today. Thanks a lot to GC Roofing.
What up, Russ?
Serving all of San Antonio and the greater South Central Texas area. If they got to, they'll go down to the coast for you. If you're watching from Corpus Christi, GC Roofing is the official roofer of In the Building. Hit them up at 210-347-0426. They will come out and fix a roof. We'll let them come examine it for you. They'll come fix it. If it needs to be fixed, they'll totally replace it, obviously, if it needs to be replaced. And if you do wind up replacing a roof or just having a fixed job, don't forget, you can always extend the life of the roof by up to 15 years with Lone Star Nano Service, which partners with GC Roofing on many jobs. Lone Star Nano will come put that love sauce on your roof and make it shine and protect it from all this yuckiness and this Texas heat that we have in the Texas cold and make your roof look good for a long, long time. Thank you to GC Roofing and or Lone Star. What are you doing over there?
That didn't last long, Rudy. You were a part of the Haliban for a little bit there.
The Haliban.
Rudy's on record. He supports Saudi Arabian men's clothing wear.
That's true. That is
Not
true.
the government. You said it the other day.
Oh,
The
yes.
cafe and the robe and all that.
Rudy's face there. He was shocked.
I was like, wait, what?
What am I saying?
You know,
we going to get me canceled. Let me make sure it's something I said. I did
dress up like Iranians for Halloween. That'd be fun.
Would it be fun?
Dude.
We could be a part of the Taliban. Yeah.
Mike, you've been on. You've
How
been.
about you be Ayatollah and I'll go as Netanyahu? That'd be funny as shit.
Mike, you've been in entertainment over 20 years.
Yes, sir. What do you mean over 20? What does that mean?
No, I'm saying, have you, in your time on air,
Yeah, I busted
has the world ever been more of a shit show than now?
Oh my God, yes.
When? COVID?
Shit show? Oh, I'm
more than now?
Yes. Yeah. I've dropped 3 F-bombs before on the ticket. Been suspended for stupid shit.
Well,
I think we're rolling right now.
No, not us. I'm talking about the world, not us.
Oh, I see. I lost my.
Yeah.
Fucking
No,
ears.
the world.
Oh, the world hasn't been more of a shit show. COVID beats this.
Yeah, you're right. Because people were dying. We didn't know what.
I thought
the
you
hell
meant
it was.
has the show.
No, us. No, not us. The world. I mean, the leader of the free world just dropped an F-bomb on live TV.
That was this morning. That was shocking. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. That was unbelievable.
I was like, what is happening?
Did y'all see this? Trump dropped an F-bomb. He's pissed off.
Iran and Israel don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I
was like, what?
You know what? Don't blame him for being pissed off.
Shockingly, I laughed at that. That was hilarious.
I didn't know what to do but laugh, but I'm just like, where am I?
Yeah. The problem is that we are the police of the world.
Who is we? The voters?
The United States.
Oh, gotcha.
We police the world. That's why we have a military base in every fucking corner of the world. And I get Trump's frustration. These fucking people don't want peace, period.
Right.
And they just don't want peace. They never have had it. They never will have it. You and I will be all dead and rotten and gone to heaven.
They'll still be bombing each other.
Of course, they don't give a shit about peace. They don't want it. And it doesn't help when one side literally thinks this is what Trump's trying to negotiate with. They literally believe that God wants them to kill every Israeli person in existence. How do you can't deal with that. You can't negotiate. You can't have a happy medium. They're always going to fight. It's never going to stop. There will never be peace in the Middle East, and I don't blame. I'm not y'all know me. I ain't no Trump supporter. I support this country. And what's going on right now? Trump trying to get a ceasefire. And
don't announce that there's a ceasefire. Just
good luck. It lasted 30 minutes.
Well, I did it. It wasn't even that, Mike.
I did it.
Trump tweeted, and Israeli sent 3 missiles right after the tweet was
right.
sent.
Oh yeah, ceasefire this.
I was like, but dude, for him to
Israel's
drop
by the way, I don't want to just.
You don't want to just condemn Iran.
No, I do condemn the Iranian government, for sure, not the Iranian citizens.
Right.
I don't condemn Jewish people, but the Israeli government is also a massive fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
A massive pain in the ass. So I thought it was funny Trump dropped
I was just like, man,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, COVID was pretty bad. 08 was bad. I remember being on air in 08.
But the world being a shit show, COVID, man.
What happened in 08?
08 was, dude,
housing crisis.
And gas was like $4.
What? Mm-hmm. Why?
It's just we went through it, bro.
God damn.
What were you doing in 08?
I was fucking shitting my pants still. I don't know.
How old were you in 08?
97 minus 08? I don't know. I can't do math.
He was 11.
I was 11.
97 minus 08.
I
don't even know what you just said.
Rudy got it. I was 11. Apparently, yeah, I was still shitting my pants.
Okay. All I knew is I didn't own any property in 08, so I was okay.
Yeah. No shit, right?
All right, let's do some punching, shall we?
Punching.
Let's get violent up in here in the building.
Now, it's time for people I want to punch
the state of the world
in the building.
That's a lot more easier to do.
You go first today.
The world is fucked up, for sure. But I think COVID sucked. Riots and all that. Dustin makes a good point. We're going to be fine. I'm not worried about World War.
No.
All right. Punch today. The good one. There's never a shortage. I'll punch President Trump today for dropping an F-bomb. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand the frustration.
He's human. He's human, right? I guess.
Yeah, and he even stopped and thought about it and then came back and
And
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
And then walked off.
Yeah. I get the frustration, but yeah, it was a time when it was shocking if President Bush got caught. He thought the mic was turned off, and somebody asked him about some reporter, and President Bush goes, he's a major league asshole. And it went over. That was like, oh my God, the president's an asshole. Obama accidentally, hot mic, was caught calling Kanye West a jackass one time.
Oh, yeah.
He's a jackass.
But he was right.
Yeah, and so was Bush. Bush and Obama were both right.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Them two dudes are held in way different standards. Obama wore a tan suit and got in trouble.
Yeah.
Trump drops an F-bomb. They're like, fuck yeah, that's my
that's
dude.
because Trump's done what this show's done. We've created an atmosphere where we can do whatever the hell we want.
Right.
Freaking Rudy and Mike, they're crazy.
Yeah, of course I said that.
Yeah, no, you can't. I don't like that. But I don't know. I guess maybe I'm being picky because I understand the frustration. I would not want to be in the middle of that shit like he is. But that was, come on. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yo, I
Not
was like,
very presidential.
Yeah, that's the mic drop.
Funny
But,
though.
I agree. That'll be my punch for today too.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go with that too, but I was like, it was low hanging fruit every day. But Orlando is still the man.
Thank you, Mr. Orlando. He is indeed the man. Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer of In the Building, has people I want to punch for. It's each and every day. Do not punch your ex-wife.
No.
Kick her ass in court. That's
Oh,
what you
I
do.
was like, wait,
Yeah.
where's this going?
Kick her ass in court. All right. I've seen Orlando. He's Walter White by day. He's Heisenberg in the court. I've seen him in action. One of the great family lawyers in town. 26 years. He graduated from UT Law 26 years ago. And now here he is still kicking butt here in Bexar County. Kicking that ass. Family Law, man. 210-775-4995. Email him directly, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com.
Y'all would be upset with us if y'all knew how many UT games Mike and I turned down this year from Orlando.
I'm upset.
We should
with
have
me.
our asses kicked. Like, people give their right arm to go to UT games. Orlando's like, hey, y'all want to come? Y'all want to come?
I'm
Y'all wanna
upset
come?
with me. We're not missing next year.
No.
I see my man.
Ooh,
I
Arch.
feel weird because I'm a 50-year-old man and I really like Arch, and he's what, 20?
That's the thing. We all do. We all love Arch.
He ain't Joe Burrow for me yet.
Yeah.
What
did you think?
He's got that Longhorn on his helmet.
We didn't talk about it much, but what did you think about all the back and forth about Ohio State wanting to move that game to Sunday night and UT being like, hell no, we're playing Saturday afternoon? Like, it was a lot of back and forth about it. I think they ended up deciding to keep it Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot. I was like, why was Ohio State want to move that to Sunday night?
I don't know.
The fans would be more liquored up.
Maybe so, yeah. Give them a better advantage or
I
whatever.
don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
But that's a tough game to cut. But that's one of those games, though, that helps, regardless if you lose.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if UT loses, it's like, hey, yeah, we lost to the best team in the country
On the road.
Mm-hmm. And it was week 1.
Right.
So this is a no-lose situation for
Yeah, I
either
agree.
team.
And if Texas wins the game, shit, they shouldn't lose anymore.
Does Vince Young really want someone to win a title? And I always think about this when I think about the old school guys, because like you, Drew Brees, like, do you really want the Saints to ever win? Or do you always want to be? Because what's Vince Young's role if Arch comes in and wins a natty? Because right now, Vince like, hey, man, you won. I remember 06. I remember where I was at, man. Come on, man. I give you $100,000. You come down here and sign some autographs.
No, Vince is always going to be a god. Ricky Williams is a god still.
So even if, Arch wins, he's still a god.
Oh, yeah.
Vince is still a
he
god.
Just joins Vince.
Got you.
Yeah. I know. They love Vince up there. They'll always love Vince. Vince will never miss a meal. Vince has had some hard times.
He'll never pay for a beer in Austin.
He'll never miss a meal. He'll never pay for a beer. No.
Yeah.
No, he's back.
So that don't change it. So he can root for Texas to
Vince
win.
has had a couple one too many nights where he was given too many free beers.
Me too.
All right. Are
Shout out to Vince.
y'all gonna boycott McDonald's this week?
What happened? Why
There's
you
a
sent this?
national
What
boycott.
happened?
All right,
Why?
Let me give you some
It's very
context.
difficult for me to do, if we're being honest.
Well, okay.
I'm still in the hate myself
such a
phase,
child.
and I will go to McDonald's every day.
You don't hate yourself. You're just immature. I saw this in Men's Journal this morning. A massive boycott of a popular American fast food chain is planned starting today, June 24, for a week. American consumers have planned several different boycotts of popular restaurants so far in 2025 due to increased prices, corporate policies, and more. There's something called the People's Union USA.
Okay, never heard of them.
Me neither till today. It's some group, and it has a lot of members. They have planned an ongoing economic blackout tour of McDonald's. This week, starting June 24, the founder of People's Union USA is John Schwartz, has called for this massive blackout of McDonald's, and McDonald's, like their management, is even like preparing to maybe see sales dip. And it's over shit like DEI, high prices. This guy Schwartz says he tells Men's Journal, economic resistance is working. Target, Walmart, Amazon, these kinds of companies are all feeling it, talking about it. They're talking about the boycotts. They're talking about the People's Union. My friends, we are fighting for these corporations to finally pay their fair share of federal income taxes to alleviate that from the American worker. The reason why people ain't going to Walmart is because fucking Amazon delivers within the hour.
Well, see, that's another problem with Amazon. My Prime account, I'm not feeling very Prime.
Uh-oh.
I think their delivery time has been a little off.
Really?
Yeah, a little.
Huh.
Because my wife's a big Prime person for her bus. They're still pretty good.
Mm-hmm. We're good. Huh. Well, call your local Amazon representative. Yeah. My take on this boycott.
Yeah, I don't have no problem boycotting McDonald's. I don't eat it much anyway.
I get why. These corporations need to pay more taxes. They're taking over. How about let's not go there because it's nasty ass effing McDonald's.
Yeah, let's just boycott it because we shouldn't be eating it anyway.
I mean, I'm 50 years old. I don't go to McDonald's, and thank God my kids don't either. I was so proud of MJ the other day. So I was just, what was it? It was last week, and they were laying there watching TV. I'm like, hey, go grab some lunch. And thought about just getting them something quick. And I just threw it out. Man, I don't know, I had a shitty, and I don't even eat McDonald's. I'm like, y'all want like McDonald's or something? And MJ goes, Dad, we don't eat McDonald's. I'm like, 13-year-old kid just said no to McDonald's.
Good shit.
I feel like a good dad.
Yeah, you felt like a great parent right there.
Man.
Great parenting.
Yeah, so yes, I too am boycotting McDonald's.
I'll boycott them with y'all for this week.
Because it sucks. Marcus is with us, trying to get my girls off eating that nasty mess. Absolutely.
Yeah,
McDonald's because it's shitty.
Yeah, I'll boycott with y'all.
Here's what we need to start doing. Y'all want, they want to jump on these big corporations over all this other all these DEI and high prices and no taxes, and that's fine. I get that. We need to. I don't want to make this. I don't want this. Where I know we're getting ready to go, but we need to start boycotting fast food restaurants because our kids don't need to be eating this shit the way they do, including you, Bouquet. We got to start. We got to boycott somehow. We have to get better in this country. The thing that pisses me off, it's not the McDonald's of the world. It is the fact that we live in a country where they make it so fucking expensive to eat healthy. You want me to stop eating McDonald's and Long John Silver's and Jack in the Box, but they only charge $1.50. I know it's not real food, but it's $150 to get groceries.
Husband, wife, HEB. 4 kids. You're not going to Salada.
No.
It's $13 a salad.
Yeah.
Maybe 15 depending on the protein.
Yeah.
Times 6.
Even
now you're looking at 90.
Store.
Now you're looking at 90. Yeah, if you want to get organic chicken, you're going to get 3 pieces. It's going to be $15. You want to get grass-fed beef?
Yeah.
It's going to be 1 pound. It's going to be $12. Like
that's the shit that pisses me off.
It's insane.
You're keeping poor people poor because they can't afford to eat healthy. You're keeping them unhealthy, and they're dying earlier than people with money. That's what pisses me off.
The hustle is keep them sick, and we keep making $97 billion off medicine.
Man,
that's the hustle. The hustle isn't the food. The hustle is the price. The hustle is in the medicine. Because if you keep them on Frosted Flakes and Kool-Aid and freaking SpaghettiOs, they get sick, they'll need meds, and we keep making $100 billion a year off medicine. Yeah. That's the hustle.
And I'm sure someone will email me and explain to me why organic.
I'd get it.
Organic, organic salad. No. Other countries are able to do this better than we do.
Way better.
It's not as expensive to eat healthy in Spain or Australia.
Well, the thing is, like, I remember when I went to Cabo last August, ate a Dorito. I'm like, this don't taste like a fucking Dorito.
Mm.
And they're like, yeah, because they didn't put all the other extra shit
Mexican
in it.
Doritos.
Yeah, like a pineapple don't taste like a pineapple in another country.
See, even Doritos, the company knows, yeah, they're fucking with our product down in
Right.
Mexico. They don't care.
Right.
It's crazy. It can be done is the point.
Yes.
Other countries can take some of that process.
They don't allow a lot of the ingredients in other countries. So they still have these things. Kellogg's is there, but Kellogg's is like, okay, well, this is going to France, so don't put the shit that we put in it that we send to America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. That's okay. AI is going to run us all in 10 years.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, we all going to be homeless.
AI is going to figure out how to feed us, though.
Robots are going to be like, put your hands in the air, turn around, get on the ground.
Like RoboCop?
Duh.
Yeah.
I'm half joking, but I'm half serious.
Well, maybe but the robots may not see race, though, right? Want to be, but like you won't get pulled over as much.
They will have a
little
they'll have a program.
There's a white programmer.
Black man, could be armed.
Higher possibility of theft. Higher possibility of
theft.
Uh-oh, he's reaching.
Yeah. The coding will definitely let them know when it's black.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna change.
You know what? I'm gonna do an experiment here when I get home. I'm gonna go to ChatGPT. I have an account. And I'm going to ask it to tell me how, as a society, we make good, wholesome food that you're supposed to put in your body cheaper. We'll see what they say.
ChatGPT will have the answer.
I know they will. It's crazy. All right, we're done. Jimmy the Bag is up next.
What up, Jimmy?
We got 2 shows tomorrow, y'all.
Yeah.
In the morning.
AI reparations.
Oh.
Hey, I'll take it anytime we can get it, Bohica.
We got our regular 10 a.m. show tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, what time does the draft even start?
7 p.m.
Thank you. I think we should jump on here about 6:50.
Yeah.
6:55.
Do a little warm up.
Little draft show tomorrow. We'll last until the Spurs pick their 2 picks. Or will they trade the 14? It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Will we be getting a Greek man tomorrow?
Surely not.
No?
We're trading for Thanasis. I don't think we can. I don't think we're getting Giannis.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Love y'all hard. Thanks, everybody, very much. Thank you to Pub Sports Radio, Anthem TV, everybody in Florida, MIAO. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. See y'all tomorrow morning. Love you hard.